Hi, today I'm going to show you how to do an off-the-shoulder sleeve. It's a legitimate real sleeve, not just a strap. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's get started. As we're doing a real sleeve, I'm going to do a build-up. Put it in my handy build-up mock-up. This is what I use whenever I'm doing build-ups. And I'm going to pin that on her. Can you hold my pins, my dear? By the way, this is my daughter Bonnie. A very pretty. I always line up my side seam with my build-up here. Put your arm down. Thank you. Start from the can. Get the side seams lined up. Now obviously my build-up doesn't go down where it needs to. That's okay. We're fine with that. It really does. I just take a measurement from here down to there and add that on to the build-up. Now, what we're going to do, first of all, I've drawn a line. I've drawn a line across pretty much where we want this to go. And I want it high up on her shoulder. You're saying, well, why don't you just put her off the shoulder sleeve down here? Oh, it's really hard to move. You want it up high, you want it off the shoulder, but definitely want it as high as you can so that you get the most motion, especially when it's a set-in sleeve and not just a little cute strap going across. Let me show you what I'm doing to the back. On the back, I'm going across here, and I'll go around, but can you see what I'm doing here? I'm making a little peekaboo on this sleeve, so that'll be kind of cute. We'll show you how to do that. Okay, now I'm going to transfer this to my pattern pieces. Along with wanting the shoulder to go up higher than where that is, you also want the armscye to go up as high as you can. When we have that armscye clear down there, it really gives her very little motion. And we already have a problem with motion with the shoulder, the top of the shoulder. We don't want to add more grief to her arm motion. So we are going to measure, I'm going to go measure up inside. Poor thing. It's a good thing it's my daughter. I'm sticking my finger up in her armpit. Poor thing. I'm going to go up, and it looks like about 2 inches from the hinge inside here down to where this strapless dress is curving down off of her body. So I'm going to add 2 inches, raise it up, both on the sleeve armscye and also on the armscye of this build-up. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, got things transferred. First of all, here's my original pattern that my mock-up is done to. Here's the front. Let me move my sleeve out of the way. There's the front, and I just pinned together this little seam here because we don't need that seam in it. And here's my back, and then here's my sleeve. Now I want to show you, I did these changes. Let's see, that's my front. Here's my front. Okay, that's where this mock-up starts. There's our halfway, And there's, remember how it goes down to that point, down there. And then I raised 2 inches on the arm's eye. I raised it up. See how this arm, here's my arm's eye on the original mock-up. 2 inches. I'm raising it and just doing that curve, so it's going to be clear up underneath her hinge. We're doing the same. Let me show you the back. Here's our back piece. Maybe I'll flip it over. So there's the back. Here's center back. Here's that arm side. Let me show you. There's our mock-up, where it goes. I made it a little bit longer because it seemed a bit tight through the shoulder blades. 2 inches again, excuse me, going up. And then here's where we drew that line. Here's my sleeve. There's the back, and here's the front, and there's that. And once again, with this sleeve, let me put my sleeve under there. Which side is that? That's the front. That's the back. Let's flip it over. Here's my long sleeve that I make my mock-ups out of. And there it goes. It's up there. It's like, oh, I need to flip it this way so you can see it that way. There. So I've got the 2 inches that I raised up that arm's eye on the sleeve also. Okay, so it's going to be right up underneath her hinge of her armpit, but it's going to give us so much more motion having that. Okay, now I'm going to cut this all out of my laces and we'll get busy sewing this together. Okay, here is our sewn together. There's the back, the little buttons. We've got this edging that we put on there. That back looks cute, doesn't it? And there's across the front. Here's our sleeves. And remember, when you look at this sleeve, you can almost see that through. Let me show you on the inside. You see how much higher that arm's eye is than it was before? It's going to give her a lot more motion when she is wearing this. A lot more motion. If it was down lower, it would really restrict. And I've got boning in. This is the best boning. I love, love, love this boning. This boning is transparent boning. Look at this. Can you see that right through my hand? It's transparent instead of the white. I get this from Bias Bespoken, this boning. And look, it says transparent. Ta-da! I love it. But if you buy it, make sure you also get the end caps. These end caps are fabulous. I think they're silicone or rubber. And they go on top and they're clear also, so you're not putting a big white piece of fabric on top. And they just hold everything in really tidy. So make sure to order the end caps if you order the transparent boning, because you'll be happy. And you're saying, Dee Dee, look, it's brown. Why did you do brown on that? First of all, it is transparent, but it's kind of itchy, and I just didn't have the heart to just have that flat. I needed to line it, and I decided not to line it with the netting that's under this lace. Why? Right now, you see brown on the outside, but when she puts this on, if I had this ivory instead of the nude color on the netting, you would see a big ivory line. Where this is nude, when her skin tone, her skin is next to it, it blends the boning in with her skin tone so that you don't see it as much. So, whenever you're doing something sheer, like on a lace or that, do your boning in a nude, and then it won't show so much, okay? And I've got that We've got it on the front of the sleeve and the back of the sleeve. And since this is detachable, we're going to have snap, 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 snap down inside her dress so that this really holds on. And that's another important thing, because with off the shoulder, there's a lot of resistance when they're raising their arms, and you don't want that to pull up. Here's the front. Snap, snap, snap. Down it goes in the front. Okay. And we'll be adding snaps down there and snaps here. Let's put it on my cute Bonnie and see how it fits. Alrighty, we've got it on Bonnie now. And what I'm going to do now, okay, here's those boning, and see it's holding it up here. It's holding it up there across. I'm going to be getting those snapped in. And also, to me, it looks like I need a few little pieces of lace, just kind of covering over, and maybe with a hook and eye down there. I'm not sure. I think I need to get this fitting her a little bit tighter before I do that. You could leave it like this, or you could add a little more lace and flutter it down, how this one is fluttered down through there, and add a little bit more if you choose. But I want to show you, you want to try moving your arms? Oh my goodness, have you ever seen that kind of motion in an off the shoulder? Look at what's going on. If you can turn this way so that, oh, we'd have a snap. You wouldn't be going that high, hon, sorry. But you get pretty high because that arm's eye is up higher. If that arm's eye was down lower, she would be struggling a lot more. And so getting that build up and getting that arm's eye real tight next to here really helps her motion. Does it feel okay, comfortable wise?
Yeah.
It doesn't drive you crazy having it too high in there?
No.
Good. So, very pretty. I think we'll maybe add a little lace, maybe not. I'll have to look on that. I've got to get this fitting her a little bit better. Take it in a little bit more. Otherwise, the lace would just lump over this. But I think it's fitting pretty good. And I hope you get the idea of how this works and how the boning and everything works on this dress. There you go. Now you know. Bye-bye.